It's Week 17 of the 2028 season, and this one features the Saints' athletic linebacker, who has picked up 63 tackles so far this year. It's the Saints and the Chiefs, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 25.
What? To kick off, here's Will Lutz. And we're underway from Kansas City. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So here come the Chiefs, taking the field for their first drive of the game. Leading them out, someone who, Brock, I think needs less introduction than anyone in the NFL today. It's Patrick Mahomes.
Their loss last week, it really isn't on him. He had a great game. He checked off a lot of the boxes they had for him in the game plan going in, especially the one at the top, Kate, getting him to the end zone. 3 touchdowns, just 1 interception. If he does that again here, they should be winners.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. On the ground again with Johnson. And they're going to drag him down after a decent gain. He gets up to the 36. 6 yards, the pickup there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And 4th and 4 coming up. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. His work begins at the 31. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. So the Saints offense taking over for the first time here. And they'll be let out by someone that we'll get a look at here, this second-year passer.
He gave us all the excitement we could hope for last week, but it wasn't all in a good way, at least for his team. Never knew if his throws were going to end in a touchdown or turnovers, and he had a couple of both by the end of the loss. You don't want him to lose that gunslinger mentality. Just want him to be a little more thoughtful with each and every decision.
And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
And they get there to take him down right around the 41. In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Running once more with Miller. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down. Again, it's Miller. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Now a shotgun handoff to Miller. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Holding offense.
So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Offense to the line for 2nd down. This time it's a passing play. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up. He goes right corner pocket there, but does get it to go through from deep. And that one's going to get them on the scoreboard.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Off play action. It's Mahomes. He fires one deep down. A lot of players around this one, and it is intercepted. And the Saints get it back on his 6th interception of the season. The Saints enjoying some good field position to start this drive off. 1st and 10 coming up. Running this one left. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
They got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset. Hand off here for Miller. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
That one's cut along the left sideline. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints parlay the interception into points. That one right down the middle. And the Saints go up 10-zip here in the 1st. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the 1st half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Second and 6 coming up here. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. They'll get it to Rashee Rice, complete. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down. Now an inside give to Johnson. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Well, we see the medical staff headed out there now. We're going to get a timeout as they handle an injured player. Not what you want to see so close to the end of the season. 1st down, and they go right back to him. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. That pass complete to McMillan. And he's out of bounds right at that 25-yard line. That's a pickup of 9. And it'll be 1st down, Kansas City. Pressure coming from Mahomes. Barner's got it, complete. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Working inside the red zone. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. They'll toss it to Johnson. Oh, what a stiff arm.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
3rd and short. Here's Mahomes. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Up and good from Blankenship. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead 7.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. And this is a good representation right here of what the playoffs will look like come the postseason in 2 weeks. Still a few things to finalize, though, which makes this week and those divisional games next week incredibly important. Get some space around midfield. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortable.
We're back for the 2nd quarter. Saints in possession of the football. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game. Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
From the gun on 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st. Back to throw. He's got it at the 6. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. They put a receiver in motion here left. Touchdown, New Orleans. Extra point try now from Lutz. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Saints double their lead to 14. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. It's a pickup of 11. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down. To the air, Mahomes. Barner with the grab. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 27 on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Kansas City. A tight end in motion now. They go counter, it's Johnson. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
That one finds Xavier Worthy. And now we'll get a pause here. Trainer's headed out to take a look at an injured player. Let's hope it isn't anything that's going to keep him from finishing this season strong. From the red zone now. Has it down close. And he pushes it all the way to the goal line, but goes out at the 1.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative. And the best of...
And that is caught. It's a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs make it a one-score game in the first half. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. Extra point by Butker is up and good. And the Chiefs chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Kickoff taken at the 3. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Saints headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air. So expect some tighter coverage this time around. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
On these 1st and 10 calls, defenses are always keyed in that a run might be coming their way. And as soon as the QB turned to give the ball, the entire defense came crashing in to bury them for a loss.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. He's dropping back to throw. That finds Miller complete. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Something he does so well. Nick Bolton making the stop. Extra man in the secondary now for the Chiefs on 3rd down. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. 1st down, ball at the 36. On the give, it's Miller. And he takes this ahead to the 40-yard line before going down. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That's going to pick up the 1st down after a gain of 26. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down. They go left side with Miller. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Something he does so well. Nick Bolton making the stop. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They go play action here. Buying some time right. And they get to him, but this is a 1st down. It's a gain of 22. And that gives them 1st and goal. Taps it quick to the receiver coming across. Is across the line for the New Orleans touchdown. The Saints grow their lead just before halftime. Going after tries good by Lutz. And the Saints double their lead to 14. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Chiefs in the hurry-up, trying to get everyone to the line. First down throw, Mahomes. Finds his man Rice. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a 33-yard gain and a fresh set of downs. Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. On first and 10, here's Mahomes. McMillan hauls it in. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Throwing again, Mahomes. This one's caught. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got first and goal. Again, Mahomes to throw. And that's a Kansas City touchdown. Well, great work there, Brock. They weathered the storm, and now they've gotten themselves right back into this ball game.
Anybody who's played this game has been here before. The game doesn't start the way you want. You're in a big hole, and all you can do is climb out of it. And the words of Pete Carroll resonate. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. They're up by 7. We'll see if they choose to just rest on that going into halftime. They've got first down here, but just 18 seconds to work with. They'll throw to begin this drive. Short pass brought in. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. So that's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
You'll often hear it said, in my life experience, it's true, the NFL is a game of matchups, so much more than any level. And these tight ends, we see it time and again, are such a matchup nightmare down the field.
Trying for the deep ball. And they don't connect there, so only 6 seconds remaining. That one vehemently swatted away. And what will they dial up on 3rd and short? Looking to throw. That one complete to Turner. While New Year's parties get set up nationwide, we'll catch up with the rest of the league later on. We're right through halftime and on to the start of the 3rd quarter. The first half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. Fielded at the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Saints ready for their next series. Led out on offense by their quarterback. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Now an inside handoff to Miller. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Now after that play, we have somebody banged up down there. Injuries never a welcome sight so close to the end of the season. They're out to attend to him. Going to the ground again on first. And he's able to reach that midfield stripe after some solid running. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next. A give right side to Miller. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. Well, we've talked about this before, Brock. The thinking's simple but effective. We'll stop getting it to this guy when you find a way to stop it, and they have yet to do that today.
You know, there's just certain things up in this booth that I love. I think you could feel it emanating from me. And one of them is when you impose your will and you don't back away from it. If they can't stop it, run it right at them.
Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. Straight ahead, here's Miller. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he pushed deep into enemy territory with that, down inside the 25. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2. To the well again. Breaks the tackle, still going. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field.
Holding offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Changing things up, they're going to throw now. It is caught left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. They put a receiver in motion right. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped.
Receivers running the ball, well, that's become commonplace in the NFL now, and that includes down here in the red zone. In close, a lot less space to work with. You really love your most elusive players to get their hands.
It's a New Orleans touchdown! Extra point try now from Lutz. The point after splits the uprights. And the Saints double their lead to 14.
Chiefs 17.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. The Chiefs returning their offense and this running back to the field. 1st and 10 now from the 30. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3 and out for this offense here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
2nd and 10 now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Flat out a tremendous call. Perfect timing to blitz the corner, and the result proves it. There was barely time for the QB to set himself up to throw, let alone look downfield for a target before he was absolutely decked by somebody who I think enjoyed that chance to rush the passer.
Kansas City sends out its punt team. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. Call that one a 44-yard punt. And the Saints will get set to take over. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Plowing up the middle. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Another carry for him. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Well, we see the medical staff headed out there now. We're going to get a timeout as they handle an injured player. Not what you want to see so close to the end of the season. Third and 6 for them to figure out now. Throwing now from the gun. It's complete to Turner. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. They're set up at the 35 now. return. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line.
Just stay on schedule. Just stay on schedule, right? SOS. Bad thing on a ship. Good thing on a football field. Even a little completion keeps this offense on schedule.
And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good for a New Orleans first down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. Halfway there on first down, that brings up 2nd and 5. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Hooks up with Anthony Gould, complete. Touchdown, New Orleans! Extra point try now from Lutz. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Saints stretch their lead to 21.
Chiefs 17.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Offense heading out now for the Chiefs. They're down 21 now after that last score, and in need of a comeback as we work through this game. Mahomes on 1st and 10. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That's now the 3rd sack of the game, and I know how these defenders start to think, how many more can I tally up before this one's over? Still a bunch of game time. And this defense, well, they're feeling it.
Connects with his back, Jaleel McLaughlin. And he crosses the sideline a yard or two beyond, it looks like the 30.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
3rd down, it's Mahomes. That pass complete to McMillan. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out. The Chiefs bringing out their punt team. And they could really use a good one here. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. The visitors are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. That's 16 on the pickup. And the Saints are going to have a first down. Big shot to begin the drive. Has him up beyond the 40. So as the clock winds down to a new year, we... First and 10 from the 41. Now it's Miller. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. And this is now a 100-yard game for him after that last carry. Man, what a strong day he's had running it for this offense. Running once more with Miller. They're across the 40. Nice run here. Into the red zone. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints keep adding to that fourth quarter lead. Lutz there to tack on the extra point. And the Saints continue piling on to this lead. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. First and 10 now from the 30.
Yellow.
Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Fits it through the middle. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
He's got him. That's McMillan. And he's out of bounds after getting this one to the opposing 45-yard line. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. He just throws this one away. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
Yellow.
Another throw for Mahomes. Has him on the quick hitter. And now we'll get a pause here. Trainer's headed out to take a look at an injured player. Let's hope it isn't anything that's going to keep him from finishing this season strong. Back to the air, Mahomes. Cut out left. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Yellow.
At the 25-yard line.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down.
Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Working inside the red zone. Drops back. Needs an open man.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Yellow.
Mahomes trying again here on 2nd and 10. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested.
And the defender comes away with it. Kool-Aid McKinstry has the INT. And the Saints will take over as this gets... Yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Lone back gets the handoff. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 + 4 + 4 equals a 1st down.
Back-to-back carries here. And he's going to take this one to the 25 before going down. They pick up one on the run. Need more, though. That takes him to 3rd and 5. First throw for the backup now. Stays in the pocket, isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down. Punt team on, and they'll send this one away. Dukes out a 1-stop. And he gets him something back on that return. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield. And they may say they're not paying attention, but everybody maintaining a constant eye on the current playoff picture. A lot on the line each week for the teams that think they have what it takes to make a run in the postseason. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Kansas City. Throwing is Mahomes. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down. Blitz coming. Mahomes finds his man Rice. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs putting up points in a game decided. Butker with the extra point. And the Chiefs cut the lead by a quarter. Down now to 21. Down by 3 scores. Their hand is forced. They're going to try the onside kick here. I think they got it. I think they got it. And they did. The Chiefs have it. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10.
Yellow.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Finds a seam down the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down.
Yellow.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Now an inside give to Johnson. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
We're good.
A dose of the hurry-up offense here. From the 22 on 2nd down. And look at the footwork there. Touchdown. The Chiefs get it back to within 2 possessions. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. That one splits the uprights. And the Chiefs get it back to a 14-point game. Still down a couple of scores after that. They're going to set up for the onside kick. And no problem for the Saints. They cover it up. Well, kind of feels like we're starting to get to that point, Brock.
And what point is that, Kate?
You know, the bold point of the game where you have to try something bold could end up becoming a play that finally sinks them, though.
Yeah, it's time for desperation. Without a defensive stop here, it's really hard to lay out the scenarios for much success. Every second matters now when you don't come up with that onside kick.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
Well, no springing a big play on that one. It's just going to simply be used as a setup play. Whether that's another run or eventually what I love, setting up a play-action pass off that counter action.
That takes us to the 2-minute warning here in KC. Saints nearing their 9th win of the season. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Hand off to the back. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game. 3rd and just 2 to go. They give it to him again. Has a big hole left. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. And right away we get a timeout from the defense. 1:51 to go. First and goal now as they try to pad this lead. They'll try and punch it in. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard. Second and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone. They'll send him up the middle. And he runs it across, touchdown. The Saints make it a 3-score game in the fourth. Point after try is good by Lutz. And the Saints stretch their lead to 21. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. The Kansas City offense back out there and set to go. And this a final opportunity to make things a little closer in that final score.
Yellow.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Second and 1. Finds his man, it's Worthy. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Keeping that pace going as the clock continues to run. Throwing on 1st down, Mahomes. Dump off caught by his back. And he's going to be across midfield close to the 45 before going out. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Again, Mahomes to throw. Catch made underneath by the back. And he works this to the 38 before going down. Offense hurrying to the line with the clock running. Throwing again, Mahomes. To the sideline and brought in by Worthy. And he nearly takes it to the red zone before going out.
50, yellow, 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 yellow.
Mahomes on 1st and 10. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs get it back to within 2 possessions. Extra point by Butker is up and good. And the Chiefs get it back to a 14-point game. Now, time making this all but impossible, but they're going to try for the onside kick here anyway. And that's recovered by the Saints, who are going to win this football game.
Hey, the numbers don't lie. The numbers tell you, Kate, time and again, it is so hard to recover these onside kicks. And when you got an opponent prepared for it, well, that makes it even more difficult. Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So this a win on the road for the Saints. And this was the type of response you always hope to see after a loss, Brock. Get right back out there and find a way to win the fight.